Hey, how you doing today, everyone? This is just a short clip that I'm going to put in front of all my videos, letting you know that if you have criticism or you don't like something about my videos, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll do what I can for you. You could also email me, and if you want more specific reading or direct reading, or there's a lot of things I can do that I don't make videos of for you. But go ahead and email me. My readings are specifically for universal reflection of you. I'm not trying to paint scenarios from the reading that can find relatable. Like a lot of, if you want more of that, there's plenty of YouTubers out there doing tarot readings or oracle readings and stuff that get into more specifics. If you want someone that's very specific to how the cards are laying out for you, instead of reading from the generic meanings of the cards and stuff, because what I'm trying to do is just paint a picture for you to reflect with and understand. Because I could do a deep reading and get into like, oh well, this and this means that and that, like, you know, with the two wands crossing over the sun card, you're in a good spot facing more objections to how you're going to go forward with the challenges. I mean, I could do all that, but what I'm trying to do is more of a paint not generic, but more of a universal picture for you to reflect on for yourself and give you principal meanings of the cards. And then also I read from the designers and the energies that the artists or the creators of the decks put for us to read from and understand what their intention was from their cards when they designed them. You know, that I understand that you're supposed, as a tarot reader, you're supposed to look at the pictures and try to interpret them for somebody. But I'm not doing it for just specific individuals. I'm doing it for all a complete sign of all millions of potentially people that are out there. So I just wanted to put that out there. Go ahead and hit me up, and I'll do what I can for you.
Hi, Scorpio. Scorpio horoscope, month of June 2020. The impulsive moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius appears on June 5th, taking your carefully laid plans and scattering them to the wind. It all feels exciting and maybe even a little dangerous to not know what's coming next, doesn't it? A delusional sun Neptune square on the 11th doesn't do much to clarify things for you. In fact, you're more confused now than you were before. Luckily, Scorpio, your intuition comes into play and can guide you out of a jam if you're confident enough to listen to it. The emotional Cancer new moon on June 20th creates moodiness surrounding a new situation, but that shouldn't stop you from taking the plunge anyway. There are creative solutions to every problem you encounter, so don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and try something different. Your co-ruler Mars enters fiery Aries, the other sign it rules on the 27th, bringing powerful energy to end the month. If you've been putting something off, this is the time to power through it and get the job done. Doing things entirely on your own terms leaves you with little regret. Influence, helpful or challenging energies. Scorpio, June of 2020. The Fool. Beginning, spontaneity, faith, apparent folly, entering a new phase, trusting the flow, living in the moment, accepting your choices. Influence, helpful or challenging energy, Scorpio, June of 2020. The Hanging Man. letting go, reversal, suspension, sacrifice, having an emotional release, pausing to reflect, turning the world around, being a martyr, reinforcing cards, your current situation is full, faith in what is, going with the flow, accepting what is, surrendering to experience, ending the struggle, being vulnerable and open, giving up control, accepting God's will. Past issues, basis situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. Page of Wands, young fire sign. Being creative, being enthusiastic, being confident, being courageous. Take a novel approach, tackle a challenge, jump in wholeheartedly, take a risk. Immediate past, what is behind you, Scorpio, June of 2020. Ten of Wands in reverse. Overextending, burden, struggle, trying to do too much, fighting uphill, never having time to relax. Opposing cards, your current situation is full, carefree, living in the moment. Feeling tied to a treadmill, being taxed to the limit, assuming responsibility, being held accountable, carrying out an unpleasant duty, cleaning up a messy situation, being left holding the bag. Grounding thoughts, your thoughts regarding the situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. Ace of Wands. Creative force, enthusiasm, confidence, courage, inventing a better way, believing in yourself, feeling fired up and eager, tackling a challenging task. Immediate future, what is about to happen, Scorpio, June of 2020. Ten of Cups. Joy, peace, family, embracing happiness, working for peace in the home, experiencing serenity. Your fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. The Empress. Mothering, abundance, senses, nature, giving birth, giving and receiving pleasure, enjoying extravagance, relating to plants and animals. Environmental factors, how others see you, Scorpio, June of 2020. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, that would be you, Scorpio. You're the Knight of Cups. Romantic or over emotional, refined or over refined, imaginative or fanciful, introspective or introverted, sensitive or temperamental, idolizes love or lacks self restraint, can tap the fertile unconscious or indulges in idle daydreams, is aware of moods and feelings or is prone to mood swings, appreciates beauty in all forms or leaves dirty work to others, values the inner life or focuses inward to excess. Your hopes, what you really wish for, Scorpio, June of 2020. Seven of Wands. Aggression, defiance, conviction, going after what you want, being sure, holding out against pressure. Opposing cards, Hangman, waiting, letting go here in your helpful or challenging energies. Asserting yourself, taking the offense, firing the first shot, fighting, making your point forcefully, seizing the advantage. Outcome, answer your question, Scorpio, June of 2020. Eight of Swords. Restriction, confusion, powerlessness, being fenced in by obstacles, waiting for outside rescue, being unsure which way to turn. Additional clues and guidance about the reading, Scorpio, June of 2020. Ace of Cups. Seven of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's Virgo. And if the cards are in reverse, that means half the power of the card, or it's the opposite of what the card means. The Moon. Top of the deck, we have Eight of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have Six of Pentacles in reverse. Emotional force, intuition, intimacy, love. Getting in touch with your feelings, feeling an attraction grow, trusting your inner voice, expressing affection. Seven of Cups, wishful thinking, options, dissipation, creating fantasies, overindulging, being offered many alternatives. Reinforcing cards, Moon, and your additional clues and guidance. Illusions, unrealistic ideas, fantasies. Dreaming, getting caught up in illusions, letting your imagination run wild, kidding yourself about the facts, building castles in the air, waiting for your ship to come in, lacking focus and commitment, avoiding putting ideas to the test. Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, nurturing, big-hearted, down-to-earth, resourceful, trustworthy, gives love and support, finds a use for whatever's at hand, will do any service for others, keeps confidences and secrets, handles problems matter-of-factly. The Moon, fear, illusion, imagination, bewilderment, releasing inner demons, having vivid dreams or visions, accepting a false picture, losing direction and purpose. Eight of Cups was in reverse, deeper meaning, moving on, weariness, focusing on personal truths, feeling drained by demands, realizing the current cycle is over. Six of Pentacles was also in reverse, having or not having resources, knowledge or power, giving or receiving, leading or following, teaching or learning. Opposing cards down here in your fears, emotional concerns was Empress, abundance, physical comfort. Also the Ten of Wands in your immediate past, struggling to make ends meet, hard times. Taking care of or being taken care of. Sponsoring or being sponsored, supporting or being supported, offering or receiving a gift or reward, acquiring or not acquiring what you need, dominating or submitting, acting with authority or deference, asserting or denying your wishes, coercing or being coerced, doing all the talking and or listening. Now we do the Carl Jung psychology aspect with shadow and ego. From the ego, why is the Fool here in your current situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. High Priestess. The keeper of mysteries, books, and knowledge point to the doors of mystery. To experience magic, you must cross the threshold and give yourself over to the mystery, letting go of expectations. From the shadow, why is the Fool here in your current situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. Knight of Wands. Ambition is often the sister of dissatisfaction. Be careful not to see only the positive side of news. From the ego, why is the Hanging Man here in influence, helpful or challenging energies, Scorpio, June of 2020. Eight of Spheres. The sphere entangled, you are facing a task that requires patience and finesse. You cannot rush this process or you risk ruining everything. Take things one slow and steady step at a time. From the shadow lies the hanging man here in your influence, helpful or challenging energy, Scorpio, June of 2020. Three of Wands. At times it is useful to view the things of this world through the eyes of a child at play. The secret truths are sometimes right before us and we are unable to see them. From the ego lies the Page of Wands here and bases the situation, past issues, Scorpio, June of 2020. Ten of Books. The book compels when all aspects of yourself are integrated. You can see the whole story from the points of view of all the characters. You can also see that there is really no end of the story, so you keep writing. From the shadow lies the Page of Wands here and bases the situation, past issues, Scorpio, June of 2020. Queen of Cups. There are people who make good use of our affection and others who use it to deceive us. From the ego lies the Ten of Wands in reverse here in the immediate past, Scorpio, June of 2020. Six of Books. The book connects. Messages are a bridge between our world and the world beyond. Listen with different ears and speak with a different voice. There are wonders beyond imagination. From the shadow lies the Ten of Wands in reverse here in immediate past, Scorpio, June of 2020. Death. Sometimes we cannot avoid a major change. We should not be afraid of setting out on a new path. From the ego lies the Ace of Wands here and your crowning thoughts, your thoughts regarding the situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. Dragon of Books. The book controls. You are passionate and full of energy. You can lead multitudes. You can get what you want. Don't leave behind all you've learned. That your ego is strong and a little tempering will go a long way. From the shadow lies the Ace of Wands here in the crowning thoughts, your thoughts regarding the situation, Scorpio, June of 2020. Nine of Cups. We do not always recognize good luck, which sometimes arises when we are unable to appreciate it. From the ego lies the Ten of Cups here in your immediate future, Scorpio, June of 2020. Unicorn of Spheres. The pure sphere, the pure energy of life can restore us to life when we feel empty. Turning to the divine away from our pain, we can connect and receive healing so that we can act from a place of wholeness. From the shadow lies the Ten of Cups here in immediate future, Scorpio, June of 2020. Eight of Cups. We must learn to govern our feelings to the utmost and leave those we have loved and fought for free to go. From the shadow lies the Empress here, and your fears, your emotional concerns regarding the situation. Scorpio, June of 2020. Three of Swords. The sword weighs heavy. Everyone says they want the truth. If they knew the pain it could cause, they would not always be so eager. You have discovered the truth and now must carry it and its consequences with you. From the shadow lies the Empress here, and your fears, emotional concerns regarding the situation. Scorpio, June of 2020. The Nine of Swords. Like shadows, the demons inside us always seem larger and more threatening than they really are. From the ego lies the Knight of Cups here, in your environmental factors, how others see you. Scorpio, June of 2020. The Chariot. The eternal soldier on the journey to remember to reconnect, always be vigilant. Protect yourself from that which would distract you from your journey. Do not be afraid to slay your ego and when it pulls back in fear. From the shadow lies the Knight of Cups here, environmental factors, how others see you. Scorpio, June of 2020. Three of Cups. The great romantic and artistic passions must be ruled by reason and the advice of those who share our destiny. From the ego lies the Seven of Wands here, in your hopes, what you really wish for. Scorpio, June of 2020. Phoenix of Chalices. The chalice renewed love as expressed between two people may change or even die. By experiencing the pain of loss and practicing emotional maturity, love in a heart is reborn, free to find new expression in the world. From the shadow lies the Seven of Wands here, in your hopes, what you really wish for. Scorpio, June of 2020. Knight of Cups. Indolence, like simplicity, can lead us to believe that fortune is within reach, when instead we must travel a long road to conquer it. From the ego lies the Eight of Swords here, and outcome. Answer your question, Scorpio, June of 2020. Six of Swords. The sword inspires. Holding fast to a truth can inspire you to great things. In this case, you are in a situation that you want out of. Using your intellect and experience, you will contrive a way, however complex or crazy. From the shadow lies the Eight of Swords here, and your outcome. Answer your question, Scorpio, June of 2020. The Moon. Emotional balance is achieved when we can distinguish illusion from reality and accept both. Isis Oracle. From the ego, what is the message you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Talisman of Potency. Charging sacred objects of power. Sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intention, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, and learning to bring physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world is part of your spiritual practice. Your love for the physical world of matter is a gift to the earth too. You are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field and accomplish your spiritual mission now. These objects might be a wand, a chalice of sword, a bowl, or even a special tile with an image that you love, a statue cloth with a beautiful design, a natural crystal or a black mirror, or a rock, shell, or feather you found waiting for you whilst out in nature one day. If finding a gift in nature, it is wise to ask the spirit of the earth if the item in question is intended for your healing work, and if you feel it is, then of course receive it with gratitude. If not, bless it and move on. This oracle is seeking to draw your awareness to your special ability to work with material objects to awaken spiritual light within them. The material world is filled with light, and our loving attention can help awaken that light within form. In the same way that someone seeing the best in you, knowing that you are truly capable of, can help you reach your dreams and become that self more fully, so too can holding an awareness that, just like our bodies, the material world holds its own light and benefits from love, attention, and care. This is the loving art of integrating spirit into matter, and it is part of your spiritual potency and healing gift to be able to love the physical world as an element of your spiritual journey. Objects become talismans when they are cleansed, dedicated, and charged with sacred intent. This is consecration, or the rendering of something into sacredness. Talismans are a way to enjoy a spiritual relationship with the material world. It is not a matter of not being able to work without them, but more of enjoyment and beauty of working with the material world in a spiritual way. This is also a way to heal any difficult relationship that you may have had with your mother, your body, eating and food, or with financial or physical security. It can also include difficulties in bringing your ideas into physical form, living your path in a practical and material way, and any other issues that stem from a wounded relationship to matter, somehow seeing it as less than spirit. What wonderful and varied healing effects talismans can bring to us. It all starts with the honoring of light and matter, the sacredness of the material world. If you have been considering working with crystals for healing, or tarot cards, or physical tools for spiritual growth, you are encouraged to do so by the Oracle of Talismans of Potency. They will help you grow and empower you. If you have an object in your space that you have been thinking of cleansing, perhaps a crystal or piece of jewelry, this oracle encourages you to do so using breath, salt, moonlight, or sound, as you so choose. Remembering that objects in the material world hold vibrations too. Cleansing with love and intention to dissipate negative energy is a way to care for the material world, helping awaken the light within you, or within it. If you have been considering building sacred jewelry or purchasing a crystal or other healing tool, you are encouraged to do so and to learn to work with it. The Oracle of Talismans of Potency supports you in honoring the physical world and its beauty in your life in this way. Divine Circus from the Shadow, what is the message you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Pixie Parrot or Pirate. There is an original you, the you that has always been and will always be you. No matter how much the outer forms of your body, your work, your lifestyle, your world seem to change, the original essential you is always there within, unique, precious, and just as you were created to be. Within you is an intelligence that helps you adapt to various life circumstances and situations. You might do this consciously or unconsciously, but the point of any type of adaptation is survival. The Pixie Pirate card brings you a message. There is more meant for you in this life than merely surviving. You are actually meant to thrive. The Oracle reminds you that you thrive most fully, abundantly, and deliciously when you are just you. Not the version of you that another may prefer, nor the one that helps you fit into the crowd, but just you, as you have always been. Even if that doesn't seem like enough for some people, it is more than enough for you to have the life you deserve that would bring you the most peace, happiness, and love. When the oracle of Pixie Pirate comes to you, it is time to get back to the essence of you. It might be time to go back to the things you dreamed about in childhood, or something that really feels like it expresses the true you, but that you cast aside for some very logical and sensible reason or other. That might be a talent, passion, or lifestyle you were pursuing, or a deep seated need to create or express yourself through art, clothing, music, or dance. It's time to reclaim it. From little dreams and childhood fantasies, a full grown life purpose can blossom. Even if it seems fanciful rather than practical, don't drop the ball. Give yourself a chance to be and be seen, to live and thrive as the real you. You are for you are you for good reason, not by error, oversight, or mistake. Love yourself and let yourself live, thrive, and express the original genius of you. Druidcraft Tarot deck. What is the overall meaning underlying energies of the Celtic cross spread with the cards laid out for Scorpio June of 2020? Two of Wands. The energy and potential of a partnership, allowing the relationship between two ideas, projects, or feelings to unfold and open up new areas of possibility. Although you are satisfied that you have everything you need, you may also long for more. You may be searching for deeper meaning or contemplating taking a journey. Druidcraft Tarot Tech. What is the overall underlying energies of the Celtic staff and the cards laid out for Scorpio in June of 2020? Six of Swords. Conflict and difficulties often associated with the suit of swords have either ceased or are in abeyance. Comfort, solace, and the promise of renewal. Now might be a good time to plan a retreat or holiday. A journey in consciousness, aided by ritual and meditation techniques, can be healing and enlightening. A journey to reforge bonds can open up the possibility for renewal. What is the overall meaning, underlying energies of the entire reading? Why is the Ace of Cups, Seven of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Moon here in additional clues and guidance for Scorpio in June of 2020? King of Pentacles. You may experience an improvement in your finances or material circumstances, the steady progress and success of a business, project, or career, a traditional, established organization, or profession. Earth Wisdom Oracle, what message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Strength. Juniper eliminates self-destructive tendencies, encourages prosperity, and provides protection. Tiger's Eye promotes grounding, strength, and protection. To be truly strong, you first must master yourself. If you want to protect yourself from dangerous situations, remove self-destructive tendencies from your life, then develop your own prosperity and self-reliance. Once you have established your own inner and outer strength, you will be able to serve others. I am strong and in control of my actions. I choose to act in ways that strengthen my body, mind, and spirit, and build my own strength and offer it in service to others. Druid Animal Oracle. What animal has a message for Scorpio in June of 2020? Adder. Adder, Nathair. Transformation, healing, life energy. The card depicts a pair of adders. Druids are sometimes called adders, and it is possible that the story of St. Patrick ridding Ireland of snakes refers to the Druids. In the background, we see the Druid snake stone altar in Cumbria, covered in ivy, a plant which, like the snake, is poisonous and yet which also speaks of the mystery of death and rebirth. and of the soul's journey through the labyrinth from this world to the next and back again. We see such a labyrinth symbolically depicted in the maze carved on the rock face. Such patterns have been found in many places, including Tintagel in Cornwall. In the foreground are ammonite, and sea urchin fossils, both of which may have been used by druids as magical adder stones. The Thayer offers healing and transformation. Its ability to glide into the darkness through crevices in the rocks connects it to the underworld and otherworld and the realm of death. It is the totem animal of the earth goddess and also the sky father, sun god, and represents our ability to die and be reborn. The energy that enables us to be born on earth is sexual energy, but this also necessitates our death. Befriending adder or snake power will enable you to journey through life gracefully and magically, shedding your own life easily when the time comes, whether that old life be of the physical body or of a stage in this present incarnation. This card urges you to abandon the ability to wound and to replace it with the power to heal. Although snake is poisonous and has been used in the Christian tradition as a symbol of evil, in the Druid and other traditions it represents healing and the power of transformation. The snake as totem animal urges us to use our powers of energy, penetration, swift, and silent movement, not to harm others but, on the contrary, to help and heal them. We can learn how to love and channel the serpent currents which flow through our body and the body of the earth so that they become beneficent, healing, life-giving currents that ultimately flow like the meandering snake rivers of the plains to the wide sea. Native Spirit Oracle, what message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Thunder Drum. Stand up and be counted. Be assertive. Don't be shy about sharing your gifts and letting the world know about your value. Declare with authority. This is who I am, and this is what I stand for. Make a stand for others less fortunate. Take risks. Walk in rhythm to the beat of your own drum. This is not the time to step back or step aside. Your native spirit wants you to know throughout the world indigenous people have called spirit through drumming. Drumming was used to activate one's fighting spirit before battle, as well as for joyous celebrations and sacred ceremonies. It was also used for healing rituals. In every case, the drum beat was used to open spiritual realms. A thunder drum calls the thunder beings from the sky, and they arrive with passion and incredible vitality. Drawing this card means that it is time to step into your passion. Make a stand in life for what truly matters to you. The journey. A powerful way to activate your life force is to drum on your chest lightly with closed fists. It's especially powerful if you do a two-beat similar to the sound of a beating heart, which is the most primordial sound for humans. This rhythm is grounding and activates your strength. Sacred Indian Tarot, what is the message you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? The Moon. You need to keep your eyes open with this card. Chandra, the Moon card, indicates duality. It also shows illusion, deception, and uncertainty. The Moon has a habit of casting things and experiences in a different light. Things are not quite how they seem. Be wary of the illusion created by the Moon. Foxfire, the Kitsune, what message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Born with a gift. You, dear one, have been given something beyond price, rare and treasured, and magical beyond compare. This is the gift of true treasure, an egg of knowledge, within which is sealed thousands of memories and messages from the wise ravens. When this card comes to you, know that you are being the gift of time to be used wisely and the gift of knowledge and wisdom to be applied, and that you are being asked to treasure this and to no longer consider your own gifts to be less than those of others. You are a keeper of the treasures, and your words and your thoughts and the energies which you will now share with the world are multiplying and gathering power in every moment. You have thought of yourself as small, yet you are immense in influence. You have thought of yourself as insignificant, and yet you have powers that can be shared and used for good for all time. And you have thought of yourself as unworthy, and yet you have been given the gift of the raven's treasure. And the ravens are amongst the most intelligent and wise of the flying ones. Know now that you are the caretaker of this bright gift of your life, and begin to release the treasures that you have been holding on so tight. Believe in your own worthiness and begin to share what you have with others. You are prosperous, and the more that you give and share and offer, the gifts that return to you will prove to you that you are gifted with a true prosperity, the lasting wealth, and the ability to recall and remember the gifts of time. Most of all, dear one, no longer waste your time. Enter into the treasure of this gift immediately. No more hesitation, and when it comes to you, as it will, share. Dragon Oracle. What dragon has a message for Scorpio in June of 2020? Dark Blue Galactic Dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, access cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. These dragons shimmer with golden sparkles of cosmic wisdom, for they harness the light of the stars, planets, and constellations. When we are ready, they touch us with this light, enabling us to embody the illumined energy and wisdom they contain. While many of us are now able to attune to the ninth dimension, it is still an awesome light, filled with joy, love, and wisdom beyond our current comprehension. Dark blue galactic dragons can send bursts of this cosmic searchlight through us to ignite the hidden codes of our master blueprint, the seventh dimensional light of our soul, so that we can listen to the voice of the universe. Remember, our soul must be at least seventh dimensional for us to receive permission to incarnate on Earth. Your soul journey has taken you to the stars and beyond. The dark blue galactic dragons now invite you to communicate with the masters of the universe, the Intergalactic Council, where you can contribute your energy for the smooth ascension of the planet. It's time to listen and serve. Ask the wondrous dragon who has come to you to tune you into the Intergalactic Council, where you will be offered the honor of petitioning the council. Decide whether your petition is for the welfare of animals or humanity, or to assist the ascension of the planet. Then ask the dragon to take you to the council to present your petition. Dark blue galactic dragons will also instruct you during meditation or sleep. This will enable you to serve in a galactic capacity and will hugely expand your energy fields. Imperial Dragon Oracle. Which dragon has a message for Scorpio in June of 2020? Adversity. Rising to meet the challenge, change. There's only one constant in the universe, and that is change. In order to know things at a deeper level, we must first forget that what we already think we know. Change is the energy that makes this possible. Adversity brings with it the power of self-development, for the challenging situations in life teach us the most. Unfamiliar situations tempt us to revert to old patterns of behavior which makes history repeat itself. It is only through strength of mind that we can conquer our fears and ascend to new levels of thought and self. Victory comes through consistent effort and openness to the idea of greatness, which we each hold within us the power to see things through to their conclusion. Life brings us many opportunities to better ourselves, but we always have the choice of how we respond. If plans suddenly collapse, this does not necessarily mean failure. It can merely require a change of perspective in order to regroup and move forward. Sacred geometry activations. geometry or message you have for Scorpio in June of 2020. Change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Change is the only constant we can count on. Like the seasons, everything comes and goes in cycles. The ebb and flow, the day and night, the death and rebirth. Good times are followed by challenging times, followed by weird times, followed by ecstatic times. Nothing stays the same for long. Life itself demands movement and change to perpetuate itself. Change is represented by the turning of a circle or a wheel, showing us the forever changing nature of everything in the universe. In fact, the very concept of the universe is changing, and we are slowly accepting that a multiverse might be a more appropriate description. How we handle this constant change depends on where the center of our awareness lies. When we are deeply rooted in our own core, in our heart, at the center of the circle, the movements of change affect us less than when we are focused on the outward parts of ourselves, the outer parts of the circle. As on a spinning wheel, the closer we are to the center, the steadier everything is. The transparent red square that partially covers the wheel is our perception of our form-based physical world, which appears to be solid but is really only another layer of reality. The lights on the corners remind us of our ability to reach beyond the illusionary three-dimensional boundaries at any time we choose. From the center, 5 beautiful flowers emerge, slowly flowing outward. Or is it the other way around? Are the flowers emerging from the edges of our awareness into our center? In numerology, the number 5 is associated with change, and these flowers represent the beautiful potential for new life and possibilities to grow from each new moment, even in the midst of seemingly chaotic change. White Light Oracle, what message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Sovereign Queen Maeve. Value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with higher worlds, so open your heart and mind to the light. At the portal between everyday reality and the rapture of unchecked aliveness stands Sovereign Queen Maeve. She is an initiatrix, taking us beyond the constraints of polite moralism and into the bliss, sacred passion, grit, and astuteness needed to cultivate and protect the light. Goddess, warrior, queen of the Fae, and fearless guardian and protector of her territory. Maeve is wild and determined. She stimulates confidence, encourages one not to shy away, but rather to assertively engage with life and claim your true place in the world. She encourages us to refuse to allow our sacred territory to be intruded upon by unworthy rulers, whether they be critical voices in our own mind or ego-driven interlopers. Maeve is the instinct to encourage when challenged, to call in recruits, and use all the inner wisdom and talent at your disposal so you can assert the light and refuse to be put down or denied your rightful place. Protecting territory from a spiritual perspective is unlike the grasping and self-serving of the ego that wishes to obtain whatever it can for its own benefit. This world needs souls who are willing to and able to hold sacred space and refuse to allow it to become contaminated by greed, jealousy, hate, or confusion. This is an act of courage and selfishness. Such an act of courage serves all beings. To be a son or daughter of Maeve requires some spiritual chops. It takes feisty refusal to be dominated or controlled. It also takes the wisdom to recognize that one can lovingly accept all that is without judgment whilst discerning when and how to set a firm boundary, lest sacred space be trampled upon and defiled by ignorance. Rapture is a pathway out of control and into the sacred and consciously chosen abandonment into something greater than self. when the ocean into which we plunge ourselves is that of the spirit. When our ecstasy becomes a revitalizing, frequency raising, soul empowering experience which manifests pathways to victory, where, in a lower state of awareness, there appeared to be no hope. If we honor our need for communion with the sacred realms, we will give ourselves the time and space we need to integrate relevant practices into our lives. Committing to spiritual practice requires the self possession to know what matters to you, irrespective of whether another or society in general can recognize the wisdom in your values. Sovereignty is self possession. It is the belonging to oneself that happens internally as we claim our being and commit to our unique life journey. True spiritual sovereignty exists outside of social mores. It is not about becoming subversive or disrespectful to others, but rather about seeking out freedom of being. This leads to you naturally becoming an active presence which dismantles enslaving social mores and stimulates society to mature spiritually. This oracle asks you to come home to yourself again and again. Know you are strong enough to live your life and chart your course in communion with the sacred. In Sanskrit, Swaraj is self-rule, and as the meaning of Raj is also radiance, it can also mean self-luminous. Do not allow your destiny to rest in the hands of others. Recognize that the light within your true ruler. You have the power of light yourself up with spirit. Commit to what you can do and believe the realms of the divine are working with you. Do not be dissuaded. You shall be victorious. Wisdom of the Oracle. What message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Thinker. Strategy. Being analytical and logical. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus down. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Relationship message. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is good to have things in common other than desire. This is the time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work. And should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in a fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. Calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friend now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategic partner is spirit. You will win this game and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. Protection message. You might be suffering from analysis paralysis. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act upon false assumptions that will get you in a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Sacred Power reading cards. What's your message for Scorpio in June of 2020? Manifestation. The wizard is a symbol of magic and manifestation whose power is activated harmoniously through the mind and heart. Bridging humanity with the world of spirit, the wizard borrows the power of the universe to direct and enhance energy to a specific task, healing or outcome. The wise wizard is loving, spotless, and transparent, with intelligence and an open heart. The wizard is able to help people, himself included. The wizard does this by harnessing the power that is all around him. Without expectation, the wizard allows the beauty of magic to come through him rather than trying to control and manipulate it. An open and trusting heart is a refined tool of perception. Right now you have the power to manifest your dreams into reality. With pure thoughts and intention, you can create magic in the world around you, allowing energy to flow through you with ease and with purpose. You can create a magical life. Learn to share your natural gifts with others. You are here to help humanity in a positive way. Refrain from sharing your personal intentions now, as they will be easily influenced with others' distorted energy. You have the power to create and shine your light upon the world. Examine your thought patterns and energy and amplify your intentions. Positive thought and creativity will bring you closer to your goals, one step at a time. Intentions are everything right now. Focus your attention on seeing the magic in all things, including the beauty residing in the darkness. Look towards the stars for guidance. Astrological influences are high now. Manifest the power of energetic thought and investigate alchemical practices. This will assist you in understanding natural systems such as the elements, nature, medicine, astrology, and life synchronicities. With the right mindset, you can create and manifest anything. Affirmation: I am a conscious creator of the energy around me. My heart and mind are unified in spirit. Cosmic reading cards. What is the message you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Balance. So much energy is being spent on others, it is time to replenish your own energy source. This card signifies the need for balance and equilibrium with your inner worlds. Your external world is merely a reflection of your inner worlds, and right now there is a call for balance in the giving and receiving of energy. You have been taking care of everyone else's needs, but not your own. Thank you for being the nurturing soul that you are, but, dear one, you have really been giving a lot of yourself lately, and the balance between giving and receiving is uneven. Being in this unbalanced state can cause you to feel overwhelmed and fatigued when dealing with challenges. When you give so much of your energy, it is vital that you replenish your energy source afterwards. You can achieve this by taking some time out in nature, getting adequate rest, practicing self-love, being self-nurturing, and eating healthy, energizing foods. Be around people who uplift and encourage this journey that you're on. It's also a time to really ask yourself why your outer world is sending you situations and circumstances that exhaust you mentally, physically, and emotionally. When one gives too much without receiving the equivalent energy back, deeper issues relating to self-worth and self-love are exposed. Do you constantly give to prove your worth and justify your existence? Perhaps there's an underlying fear of losing whatever it is you cling to. Dear one, you are worthy, unique, and so very beautiful. You are pure divine light, connecting to the cosmic pool of abundance, blessings, and love. Affirmation: I am valuable, lovable, and worthy of love. Associated chakra, solar plexus. Starseed Oracle, what message do you have for Scorpio in June of 2020? Empathic Starseed. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here. Thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression or tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for their own. Natural introverts. They tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressure to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressure of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves getting to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. Soul Seed Soul Inquiry. How can you take better care of yourself energetically? Thanks, Scorpio. That was your reading. Leave comments. Let me know. Click the links. Email me. See you next month.